These are interlocking. They do go a certain way, so you can get away with doing it one way, but you can't really screw up. And then you basically start pressing the mosaic on your wall. On this video, we're going to take a look at this ancient sky black multi-textured mosaic tile. It works in your showers, it will work in your bathroom, your kitchen, it will work on a featured wall, pretty much anywhere you want to put this, it will make an impact. Now, what you're going to notice is that there's different types of finishes on each of these squares. You have a rough and a smooth and a semi-gloss and a textured surface, and then they're sort of like randomized here. Now, it is connected through a mesh that is very easily cut with scissors, so that means you can maneuver without cutting too much. Now, you definitely will need to cut it at the very bottom as you're starting your tiling. So we are going to be using the Ryobi 7-inch wet tile saw, and we're going to see if it chips, cracks. That sort of gauges the quality of a good mosaic tile, is that you can cut it slowly and it's not going to just break away and massively chip away. If it does, well, as long as it doesn't look too bad, I guess you can keep it. I have looked at other similar patterns, some super glossy. This is kind of like a gunmetal black, meaning that it's not truly black, but it is black, right? So this is a little darker black, for example. And then we are going to be putting this in a washroom with a black shower head and black accents. They're all matte. That's why I wanted to go for this surface, because it's primarily matte, even though it feels like there's pieces of porcelain here. So it's more of like a grayish, dark grayish tone. All right, now how do you install tiles like this? It's quite easy. You want to apply mortar on the surface. That's 3/16 with a V-notch trowel, basically like that. You want to smooth the grooves to be consistently flat, ideally 1/8. And then you basically start pressing the mosaic right here on your wall. Now, the great thing is these are interlocking. They do go a certain way, so you can get away with doing it one way, but you can't really screw up. You really can't. See, they basically just kind of clip right in, and then it stains, and it looks beautiful, like I gotta say. Now, in terms of price, each one of these is $12 Canadian at Lowe's. Now, Home Depot does have a variation of this, but in my opinion, it's definitely not as nice and different. Yeah, so let's go and cut it and see how it cuts. We are using the rigid wet tile saw to do this. You could cut by hand, of course, with a grinder, like a hand grinder. Depends where you're going to be putting this. You probably want to cut it and then butt another one against it. You're going to be using black mortar on this as well, not gray or white. It contrasts quite nicely with the white matte tiles. So quite easy to cut. If we take a look at what this actually is made from, you can see that there's a double layer, right? I wonder what the process is in creating this, but it's pretty thick, so therefore it makes for an easy cut. No chips, no tears, no nothing. So we've got one. Just make sure that when you align this, you're interlocking it before you attempt to cut it, because it's very easy to get lost when you're attaching the next one. Yeah, so you can see that I cut this one, but this one doesn't actually fit right into that one. I had to go and grab another one to put in between them, right? So if I take this one apart and this one apart, you can see that these work as an intermediary, but if I take this one and I try and directly attach this one, this is kind of what happens, right? So it kind of looks like it's screwed up. Meanwhile, it's really not. I just need to go and grab another one and then put it in between this, and then it's going to be correct. So now I just basically got to cut the bottom one. So be cautious of how you're actually doing this, and do a double measuring, and dry fit everything before you start cutting one. So again, just make sure you measure, and then you'll be all set. So that's it. This is an ancient sky multi-textured mosaic tile. It works in your showers, it will work in your bathroom, it will work in your kitchen, it will work on a featured wall. Pretty much anywhere you want to put this, it will make an impact. Just make sure you have a nice contrasted paint color on your other walls, or you're using a nice contrasting tile, because all black may just be a little too much.